Eh, I don't like that one. How about that one? Yeah, I think that'll do. Yep. So that's what happened to the old chap. He had a stroke while he was stroking. Wow. I don't know why we think people who are overweight, you know, have high blood pressure. He was quite slim, actually underweight, from what I understand. And he had hypertension. Ooh, that shit ain't no joke. That's why I try to uh, take my medication and stay healthy. Hello, BRS. How are you? Um, yeah, check out your blood pressure, man. And I know don't nobody want to be committed to no medication, having to take a pill all the time. I certainly don't want to be on this medication for the rest of my life. They say, you change your diet, you exercise, da da da. You won't have to be on the medication. Uh, I don't know. I'm going to try to get off of it. But then, hypertension can just sneak up on you. Um, and just take you out. So, I don't know. I was never much of a salt eater. My mother didn't cook with salt. And even if something has a little bit of salt in it, I taste it and it don't taste good. I have a sweet tooth. I like sweet stuff. And speaking of sweet stuff, you know what I came across? I've been having this bottle. I don't know who brought it here, but I promise you it's been sitting in my butler's pantry for at least 5 or 6 years. Captain Morgan's Long Island iced tea. So I had some company over the 4th of July weekend. And that Friday, I was like, well, it's the summertime, so there ain't no eggnog and rum. Because, that is my drink right there. And so I went and looked over there. I know there was some wine or something, so I was going to try some wine. But I never noticed, but I had this bottle. Well, needless to say, I took a sip of that. It was absolutely delicious. I finished that bottle by Saturday and went and bought another one, and I'm still nursing on that one. Will this bottle last another 5 or 6 years? Probably not. Maybe 3 or 4 months. But anyway, Captain Morgan's Long Island iced tea is delicious. Absolutely delicious. Not as good as eggnog and rum though. Rum though. Anyway, getting back to Kevin Samuels. Since he kicked the bucket, people have been overjoyed and so on and so forth. A lot of speculation. Was he set up to be murdered? Who was that woman? Was she really giving CPR? That poor woman. The social media put her through the ringers. And all she did was screw the man that she met for the first time that day. And this is what happens. So now she's stigmatized. Like, you don't want none of that hot tamale coochie. She'll make you have a stroke. But most nasty nigga dogs, that's just what they want anyway. So, whatever. The man had a stroke. And he stroked out. While he was stroking. And is there um a moral to the story? What's the moral to the story? Sometimes people could just have a stroke and die with somebody they just met that day and was screwing, and it could just be a stroke. Doesn't necessarily have to be that he was murdered or set up and all this kind of foolishness. you know. Um, he was only, some say 57, some say 53. Um, I don't know, but that's pretty young. That's around my age. And so it makes me say, well, thank God I'm still here. I'm going to be 55 in 2 weeks. Yes, I am. The madam's going to be 55. I have no qualms about telling my age. I know I look good for my age. I feel good for my age. And a lot of people didn't make it to see 55. So those of you who want to call me an old bitch, yeah, that's all right. You better pray to God and pray that you make it to see 55. You know, I don't get when people talk about, oh, you old. Like, do you want to live to be old? Is 55? When you get 55, will you be old? Yeah, I guess you will, according to your logic. Your logic. I'm not old yet. Know what's old? Old is when you can't run up a mountain anymore. Old is when all you could do is just sit in the chair. Old is when people gotta change your pamper. That's fucking old to me. Old is when you no longer have the activity of your limbs. As long as I got all that and I can do all of that, I ain't fucking old. Fuck you. You be old, bitch. Shit. BRS said getting old sure ain't for the weak. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Anyway, anyway, I'm just happy to be here. I just thank God for another year. I don't know how many more years he gonna give me. I can actually live to be 100. That's another 45 years. Hey, I know someone who just turned 90. Look, when she was 54, my age, man, can I testify about somebody else's life? I know a woman. When I went to the family reunion last year, we were sitting there talking. That lady, she was 89 then, she just turned 90. I remember when she was 54 in like 1982 or something, somewhere around there. If somebody would have told me she would have lived to see the age of 90, I wouldn't have believed it. I remember when that woman was a staunch alcoholic. I remember when she couldn't sit still. I just remember she was all messed up for years. I won't even say years. How about a couple of decades? How about that? That's more like it. Decades. And to see this woman now, she done lived out everybody, meaning all of her contemporaries. She outlived everybody. Everybody's gone but her. Those who lived a better life than she had, been gone. She is the last one standing at 90. And if you ask me, I believe she gonna make it to 100. And I called out, I said, look, we got 10 more years to go for that big birthday bash. 100. And it's a blessing. All she do now is she still like her collard greens, as she calls it, which is weed. She been smoking weed since forever. It ain't gonna stop. She 90. She's still smoking weed. And she get people to bring her collard greens, her weed, and she all right. you know. She make her doctor's appointments and stuff. She look good. She walk with a cane. I don't know why she got the cane, because when we get her out, that cane be laying someplace else and she be up dancing. 90 years old. And what she had been through throughout her 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. I promise you, I would have lost a bet. I would have bet anybody $100,000 she wouldn't see the age of 90. Shit, I would have bet $100,000 she wouldn't have seen the age of 65. So it ain't your time to go until the Lord say so. I don't care. I know somebody got shot 7 times, 3 times in the head, and they still here. I know somebody got shot in the thigh, died in 10 minutes. So I know somebody who got shot and they paralyzed from the neck down. You can't do nothing but grow old quickly when you paralyzed, if you ask me. So if you in your late 30s and hitting 40s and you think 55 is old or somebody 50 is old, it's right around the corner for you. As a matter of fact, when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be 50. And catch that. And I guess your little dumbass is going to be old. Old and unwise. Yes, Lord. BRS. Yeah, so, he stroked out while he was stroking. Kevin Samuels. Gone but not forgotten. He was even acknowledged during the BET Awards when they do that segment, People We've Lost. I was surprised to see a social media person up there like Kevin Samuels. I don't think that's ever been done before in any award show. You know? I'm not sure if anybody else is worthy to be mentioned in such a segment on an award show. I know there's some YouTubers out here that think they should be. But no, it was Kevin Samuels. Could you imagine? I wonder how Tommy must feel about that. Tommy Sotomayor. You know, because Tommy Sotomayor has been doing this for 10 years. And here comes Kevin Samuels, who kind of like bites off of Tommy, who kind of like bit off of Sergeant Willie Pete. And he gets acknowledged in that way. Could you imagine somebody just taking your shtick and they get the recognition and you still in the same place? You know, that happens a lot, you know. Matter of fact, it happens more often than you think. Some things just ain't meant for you, and you know what? It's okay. Don't mean you ain't blessed where you at. Don't mean you ain't even blessed even more than Kevin Samuels. Because look where he's at. And look how he got there. Anyway, with all that being said, I don't stay too long on videos. I got shit to do. Like, rest. And take care of my yard. Which I'm tempted to get out of bed and run downstairs and show you what my yard looks like. But maybe I'll go live later. I got some stuff to do. I had to put down some stuff. Having some issues in the lawn. But besides that, everything else looks just beautiful. I love to just stand out there and look at it. You know? It's the little things in life that brings me joy. And those little things should bring you joy too. And I just woke up from a dream. My mama came and gave me a number. I'm going to share it with you. 1500. My mama gave me that number in the dream. 1500. 1500. Go play it and see what happens. All right. Thanks for tuning in. It's time for me to go. Peace.